Hello everyone, Kelvinator here and welcome to, unfortunately, the last episode of From Zero to Magos. And I called this episode Back to Zero for a couple of reasons I will go over in this episode. So, as some of you know, the season did not go so well for Magos and we ended bottom. So I want to talk about this video. Why did we end at the last place? How is it possible? What are the reasons? I'll give you my analysis. And then I'll tell you what is going to happen to this club, to Magos de Madrid. So first quick overview, then the reasons, and then the question, what now? So let's start with the quick overview. Looking at this table, it was really a terrible season. We only got 12 points, only scored 15 goals, goal difference of minus 31. So literally everything that could go wrong went wrong. Of course, a lot of other teams also struggled, like Variance and Naples Gold Feathers, which also promoted. Samba, maybe surprisingly relegated, but BFC Manchester stayed up. Yeah, it was a bit of a struggle here for the last places, but we weren't even part of that race. And so if you look at like our past results, we had a window where we played against the bottom teams, but we all pretty much lost them and only got 1 point against Naples Gold Feathers. And the good teams like OM Legends and Meta Mercenaries really hammered us 4-0, 4-1. The frustrating thing is if you look at some of those results, so for example, let's look at OM Legends, is that here we have like more XG, 2 XG, 173, 14 shots, 4 shots on target, 7 shots, but they scored 4 goals and we scored 0 goals out of that 2 XG. And this is really the story of the season. So maybe each match we did relatively well, and on paper, if you look at the stats, it wasn't too bad. And we should have scored maybe more points there, but in the end we didn't. We didn't win, and I think that is not a coincidence, and I'll explain later. So were we unlucky? Is it tactics? Is it the engine? I'll go over that. But yeah, the fact is that we didn't do so bad actually in those matches, and it feels like we could have done better, or like something went wrong here, and this happened to us a lot. So where we were on paper pretty even, but we didn't get the points. But yeah, that's also part of the game, and you just need to score your goals. That's an essential element. So as a result of losing so much, we are 12 with 12 points. So very disappointing. So let's dive a little bit deeper and ask what went wrong. I have 5 reasons for you. So let's go over them. Reason 1 is maybe the most obvious one and a bit of a simple one, but the Magos were weaker this season. We lost 3 major players who also provided a lot of assists or let's say support clean sheets. So Heredia, 95 player. He was replaced by Paulus, who was a backup last season, now a starter with only 86. Ruiz, left back 93, was replaced by Matthews, who was also backup last season and now a starter with only 87, although he became an 87 throughout the season, so also an 86. And then McGill, we lost our star goalie, 91 for us. I think now he's a 92 goalie, and he was replaced by Lucena, who have an 86. So we really lost a lot of quality, those 3 major players. And as I'll explain throughout the slides, I really feel like in Diamond, you need to have a couple of star players that can make a difference. So we lost, really a couple of really important starters who could make a difference for us in those matches. Another obvious thing is that we had stronger opposition, we faced stronger teams. The overall of each team went up. There was a higher overall. Also, all the other teams, they had more of those superstars that we missed, 92 plus players. We only had Kyria as a 92 player. And he also needed to be subbed a lot because of low physical. I also think there were better managers, a bit more dedicated, more serious, especially, for example, Sturge, who was a great manager, came from Plat to Diamond. He also ended very well. So it was also harder to compete in that sense. And the other teams had bigger squads and they were more flexible when challenges or when people discovered what worked well in the engine or not, when managers discovered that they could pivot quickly, I did not have those options with my limited squad. And that was a problem for 3-5-2, for example. I thought that did not work. So I had bad tactics in general. Why? As I just showed you, I had pretty good XG, often the same as the opposition, often similar XG, but I just did not score those goals. We did not score those goals. So we really underperformed there, as I showed you in the last video too. So seeing all those matches in a row, it's not a coincidence. We had similar XG, but we just didn't score and the others scored. My theory is that we lack those superstars, those 93, 94, 95, 96 players that a lot of teams have at least two of. We didn't have those ones. So we had a combination of both the formation that did not work, 3-5-2 did not work, and we had no superstars to really do something against better opposition. And we had no adaptability or no flexibility. We could not adapt to realizing that the tactic didn't work. We had a small squad, only 17 players, no right back, left back, no right winger, left winger. So we could not pivot to like a 3-4-3, for example, that would have been better, or a 4-4-2 that a lot of top 4 managers pivoted to, that switched to. Another problem is that I did not use a transfer window, and I'll explain that in the next slide, because I just did not have enough time and maybe did not put enough effort in the club. It was a period of Christmas, New Year's Eve, I was traveling, I just came back from a couple days in Italy too. So love traveling, which is fun for me personally. For the Magos, not so good, not so much time I could put in the team. More work was needed this season because there was also less goodwill. At the start of the project, season 1, everyone wanted to give 1 or 2 great players and see how they would do. In Diamond, now everyone got more competitive, more serious, no freebies anymore. So I had to work harder, got less players. I also needed to do more testing, but I didn't have the time for that. And also I did not use the transfer window because it was awkwardly placed in this Christmas holiday period, or slightly after, when I was still like on holiday. So as a result of all those things, the conclusion is that the Magos were just weaker. There was stronger opposition. Also, we didn't have perfect tactics. We did not have enough players to really change, to be flexible with our formation and to change to new tactics. And also I did not have enough time, and I did not put enough effort in the team to really make a change and to really totally change the tactics and the formation that was needed, I think, to survive. So all of those things together, that's my analysis, is the result why we ended last and relegated to Platinum. Let me know, guys, what you think about this analysis. Do you agree? Don't you disagree? What do you think is the reason we went down? Very curious to know about that. So we are relegated. The team is relegated. I won't be manager anymore of Magos. It's not that I got fired, but there's another reason. So let's explore what is going to happen now to the Magos. All right, we are here on Floaty, which is a marketplace to trade NFTs, MFL collection, players, the clubs. You can also trade on Floaty. And as you see here, Magos de Madrid is available for offers. It's a listing. You can make offers on it. So the team has decided that Magos de Madrid will be put up for an auction. This auction is going on right now, and the highest offer, the highest bid, will get the club. So previously I did not own this license. The team delegated the management of the club to me, but I did not own it. There was also a bit of protest within the community, like someone just gets a free diamond club before I also got some money to invest in it. And they were not too happy with that decision. So maybe it's also better to not have, let's say, one club that's like given to some player for free to manage, but to really just sell it to someone to the highest bid. So right now the auction is still going on. You can still make offers. I think it's still for 3 more days. The highest offer right now is 300. So definitely a platinum club is worth way more than 300. Of course, when you make this bid, yeah, you also need to make sure you have the players for this team and that you have or the connections to loan players to keep them in platinum. So I'm really curious what's going to happen. Who will be the next owner of Magos Madrid? Also, will they keep it with the identity and the name as it is, or will they rebrand it? I hope they keep the identity and the name and take over the legacy. That would be really amazing. But yeah, we have to see what's going to happen. You, as a viewer, you can also become the owner. Just go to Floaty and make an offer, and maybe you're the highest bid and will become the new owner of Magos de Madrid. Then finally, a couple of words. First of all, thank you to everyone who has watched all 7 videos of my adventure with Magos Madrid. It's really cool that you watched them and that you commented and that you were so involved with the project. Thank you for that. Thank you for the support. I'm also pretty proud of what I achieved with Magos in the first season. Season 2 was hard. I feel like I could have done a bit better. So it's not the best end, but it was really cool to be a manager of a Diamond Club for 2 seasons and to really, especially in season 1 and 5th with that team, and make the dream come true of the Magos from 0 to hero. But unfortunately now we go back to 0, from 0 to Magos, by the way. So we went from 0 to Magos or 0 to hero, but now we're back on Earth, back to 0, relegate to platinum. I will leave the club. But in the future, I'm planning to make similar videos about Casablanca Corsairs, my gold team, in our quest to also become a platinum team. If you want more videos about that, let me know in the comments. Meanwhile, season 3 is about to start, and I will soon make some videos about that, what's going to change in season 3, and also some mastering MFL video about some features. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought about this video. Like, subscribe, and see you next time.